fam, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited because today we're going to be doing a first impressions video of a brand new foundation. This is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation. It's super new. It's a soft matte hydrating foundation. And I just picked this up at Ulta. It was a part of my haul that I posted yesterday. So if you missed that haul, of course I will have it linked down below. But I saw this and I was fascinated because A, I love anything that says it's gonna be like a velvet, dreamy texture or finish. I'm like, yes, that's what I need. I'm a girl with major texture issues, so I'm looking for something that's gonna give me smoothness. It goes without saying I couldn't resist. Also, especially, sorry that I just slammed my fist onto the table, I'm very excited. I saw this sitting next to it on the display and I about peed myself because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking exciting. I haven't seen anything like this, and at least from like Maybelline. The sponge is sold separately, but it is recommended to use with their foundation, so I was like, oh my gosh, I totally have to give this a try. Now they do recommend on the box that your little spongy comes in to wet it before you apply with the foundation, which I assumed you'd have to wet it kind of like the beauty blender situation, so I already did that. Then it says dab a small amount of foundation onto the blender. Use sides to blend in circles on cheeks and outward on forehead and nose and chin. Okay. And it looks pretty straightforward. They just say blend away like any old foundation. Mine is in the shade 40 Nude. Now I do believe this is gonna be, this is gonna be too dark for me, so forgive me, but I didn't want to obviously rip open the store foundation and ruin it for someone else, so I just kind of had to take my guess and it was the wrong one. So I'm gonna get on here. Definitely you can tell right off the bat that it's like a moussey texture. I'm gonna show you guys here. Do you see how it's a liquid, but it's definitely more of like a mousse. It actually feels very similar to the Tarte to me. So it says to just go ahead and start. Oh god, that was a lot. That was a lot. This is interesting. So I'm just gonna start blending with the sponge. It's very stiff now on the face. I thought that yesterday on my hand it wasn't that stiff. And now that I'm on the face, I can feel it's definitely very firm. Not a lot of bounce power, but I think that they got the size and the shape down to a science. This is perfect. I'm gonna keep this thing, well, obviously I'm gonna keep it, I just bought it, but I'm just saying, even if I don't really use it for a foundation, because I can already tell you that I'm probably not gonna use this much, I'll probably keep using it front under the eyes. But anyway, let's keep applying. I'm really impressed with the coverage so far off the bat. What do you guys think? And surprisingly, the color looks better than I thought it would. I like that you can kind of, it feels like you can, even though typically I don't like smear my foundation on, it feels like you can really like kind of brush it on, just like paint it on. I don't know. I do feel like the sponge just kind of presses it into the skin, like it makes it sink into your skin. I feel like it's really pushing it in there farther than my sponge normally does. So that's that side applied with the sponge. I want to apply it with a brush now just to see what the difference is. So I'm gonna take my Sigma F82 brush. We'll see if it makes much of a difference. The foundation, though it is kind of moussey, it does feel hydrating. You almost feel like a splash of water, it feels like, when you start blending it in. It feels definitely like a hydrating wet foundation, but it's not uncomfortably wet either. And I think the coverage is fantastic. Like right on application, you guys know my acne scar situation. Like right on top of application, you can see they're pretty much all gone. And I didn't even have to use that much at all. I'm really impressed. Now that I've applied it with a brush, I obviously much prefer the brush, or I probably much prefer the Beauty Blender. It's not that I don't like this little sponge, but it took a lot of more work than just with my brush. It just seems much quicker with the brush, and I got the same amount of coverage and smoothness, and actually it might be a little bit more coverage than this side, because this side looks like in a few spots my scars might be peeking through, maybe where the sponge absorbed a little bit of the product. But as far as the foundation goes, you guys, I really like this coverage. It is so, like, it's just so gorgeous. Do you guys see this like natural glow I have going on? But it's like a matte moussey foundation. It's so lovely to find like a moussey formula that doesn't stick to your dry skin or any flakes and kind of just make them look really dry and obvious. It happens often. So this is just, oh, this is really fantastic. I really like this. I'm gonna have to go back and buy it in my actual skin tone. I felt like it just gave me such amazing coverage for only probably, I would say it equals about 2 pumps. And I think it looks great. Of course I need to wear it around today and see how it holds up. So I'm definitely gonna do that, and I'll touch back and touch base with you guys and let you know. One more time, like I was saying, I didn't love it for the foundation. I'm kind of curious of it for concealer. I know I'm in the middle of this foundation video, but I'm kind of like, let me try it with concealer. This is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight product that I also just hauled. So I just want to put a little down here and see how that blends it in. Okay, let's see. Except, you guys, I really like this for underneath the eyes. I think you might want to pick this up for underneath the eyes. Would you guys look at this? Don't even use it for the foundation. Use it for your under eye concealer. I think I just found like its best use ever. It seriously blended that in flawlessly. You know what else this would be perfect for? Baking. Baking. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have to conceal this under eye so I can bake with it. Now look, I'm like obsessed with this whole sponge for another reason. I mean, look at this. For cleaning up the size of your eye, pew, pew. Just make a sharp line there. Right in there, that little spot that's so hard to get. Look, I'm gonna get it. I got it. Is that not perfect? Yep. Yep. It's gonna get right up in there. Oh, this is perfect. Alert everyone. Alert all the townsfolk, peeps. Oh, yes. This little thing. I can't believe this little thing just became my best friend for like something other than the foundation. Look at that. This is definitely my new little baking brush. I'm gonna go buy a second one of these. I'll let this set a few seconds and then I'll let you guys see it. My final thoughts on both products is that I ended up loving them both for their own different reasons and not necessarily together, which is hilarious. This foundation looks so smooth and it packed so much coverage for such a little product. I really couldn't believe it. And I thought it camouflaged my acne scars so well, and anyone who has the deep purple red scars on your face like me, you know that sometimes even with, you know, literally 100 layers of foundation, that color still peeks through. So I felt that the consistency and the texture of this foundation really camouflages it so well. So I think it's fantastic for a drugstore foundation. It's not too drying. It's not like a real matte foundation. You still have like a natural skin glow about you. So I'm really excited to see how it wears throughout the day. I noticed a little creasing in my bad spot right here, but I've never not had a foundation crease there. But I will say I'm not noticing much creasing in my forehead line at all, and you guys know that gets super duper bad. So not noticing any there, and I'm not noticing anything here either, which is my other really bad spot for creasing. So there you go. All in all, I love the foundation. It's definitely worth purchasing in my opinion. Again, I have to see how long it's gonna stay on throughout the day. Also, can we give it up for a squeezy tube foundation? They all need to just be squeezy tube foundations from now on, because it just sucks when you can't get anything else. All the pouring and the bottles and all that shit in the glass, get it the fuck out of here. I do wanna pick it up in a more wearable shade for me, so I'll probably do that this week. I love this for everything else but its purpose, which is hilarious. But, you know, sometimes that's just how life is. Okay guys, that is it for my first impressions and review. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think, how it looks on me, and if you'll be picking either one of these things up. Are you gonna try the sponge? Are you gonna try the foundation? What's really hood? Let me know. I love you guys. As always, come hang out with me on Snapchat, Twitter, or Instagram. We have the best times on there. I've also started tumbling again. So come hang out with me if you're bored, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. We're almost at the end of Shameless. Can you believe it? Oh, insane. I love you guys. Bye. Hey fam, what's up and welcome back to Shameless. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's day 28 of Shameless, by the way. Seriously, about to have an aneurysm. I cannot freaking believe it. What am I gonna do when this month is over? I have no freaking idea. Today I have an Ulta haul